Welcome everyone. Today's subject is on the topic fashion retail management, and today's discussion is on the topic retailing part C. So what is retail organization? So the term retail organization refers to the basic format or structure of a retail business designed to cater to the needs of the end customer. Recently, some scholars have started referring to India as a nation of shopkeepers. This epithet has its roots in the huge number of retail enterprises in India, which were over 12 million in 2003. About 78% of these are small family businesses utilizing only household labor. Retail firms may be independently owned, parts of a retail chain, operated as a franchisee, released departments owned by manufacturers or wholesalers, consumers, owned or cooperative society. This is an organizational productivity model flowchart. A retail unit could be owned by manufacturer, wholesaler, independent retailer, consumer, cooperative society, government, ownership shared among franchisor and franchisee. So, classification of retail units. Conceptual classification of a business unit provides the marketers with strategic guidelines useful in the design of retailing strategy. Besides, retail businesses are extremely diverse and there are quite a few types of retail units. Therefore, retail units are classified on multiple ownership, geographical locations, kind of customer, interaction level of services provided, etc. So number one, retailers can be classified in the basis of ownership. So one of the first decisions that the retailer has to make as a business owner is how the company should be structured. This decision is likely to have long-term implications. So it is important to consult with an accountant and attorney to help one select perfect ownership structure. There are four basic legal forms of ownership of retailers. One is sole proprietorship. The vast majority of small business start out as sole proprietorship. These firms are owned by one person, usually the individual, who has the day to day responsibility for running the business. Second one is a partnership. A partnership is a common format in India for carrying out business activities on a small or medium scale. In a partnership, two or more people share ownership of a single business. Third is the joint venture. A joint venture is not well defined in the law unless incorporated or established as a firm, as evidenced by a debt. Joint ventures may be taxed like association of persons, sometimes at a maximum marginal rates. It acts like a general partnership but is clearly for a limited period of time or a single project. The fourth one is limited liability company. It may be public or it may be private. The limited liability company is a relatively new type of hybrid business structure that is how permissible in most states. The owners are members and the duration of the LLC is usually determined when the organization papers are filed. The second subtopic is about classification of retailers on the basis of operational structure. So retail businesses are classified on the basis of their operational and organizational structure. Operational structure defines the key strategic decision of a retail entity, whether to hire employees and manage the distributed sales function internally or to reach customers through franchised outlets owned and operated by local entrepreneurs. Retail firms can be classified into five heads on the basis of their respective operational structures. First is independent retail unit. The total number of retailers in India is estimated to be over 5 million in 2003. About 78% of these are small family businesses utilizing only household labor. An independent retailer owns one retail unit. The second one is retail chain. A chain retailer operates multiple outlets under common ownership. It usually engages in some level of centralized purchasing and decision making. So the third one is franchising. Franchising involves a contractual arrangement between a franchisor and a retail franchisee, which allows the franchise to conduct a given form of business under an established name and according to a given pattern of business. The fourth one is leased department or shop in shop. It refers to department in a retail store that are rented to an outside party. Usually this is done in case of department and specialty stores and also at times in discount stores. The fifth one is cooperative outlets. Cooperative outlets are generally owned and managed by cooperative societies. In this context, the detailed example of Kendriya Bandhar in India. So the third subtopic is classification of retailers on the basis of retail location. Retailers have also been classified according to their store location. Retailers can locate their stores in an isolated place and attract the customers to the store on their own strength, such as a small grocery store or a pawn shop in a colony which attracts the customers staying close by. Classification of retailers on the basis of location is discussed below. Retailers in a freestanding location. Retailers located at a site which is not connected to other retailers depend entirely on their store drawing power and on the various promotional tools to attract customers. This type of location has several advantages including no competition, low rent, better visibility from the road, easy parking and lower property costs. For example, the Haldiram's outlet on the Delhi Jaipur highway and the McDonald's outlet on Delhi Ludhiana highway. And the second one is retailers in a business associated location. In this case, a retailer locates his store in a place where a group of retail outlets offering a variety of merchandise work together to attract customers to their retail area and also compete against each other for the same customers. The third one is retailers in specialized markets. Besides the above location based classification, we also have in India retailers who prefer specialized markets, particularly traditional independent retailers or chain stores. In India, most of the cities have specialized markets famous for a particular product category. For example, in Chennai, Godown Street is famous for clothes, Bandar Street for stationery products, Usman Street for jewelry, T Nagar for ready-made garments, Govinda Padmanabhan Nessalin Street for grocery, Pookadai for food and vegetables. The fourth one is about airport retailing. For quite some time, duty-free shops and newsstands dominated the small amount of commercial space provided at airports. Lately, serious efforts are being made to design new airport facilities in order to incorporate substantial amounts of retail space.